We have today very good basis. We have all the models that have been developed the last 20, 30, 40 years actually. Most of our AI models, machine learning models, are new. In addition, as I mentioned, we have the data that's necessary. That's the necessary basis for AI and machine learning. We have the models, we couldn't do much about them, with them, because we didn't have first the data and the computer. Today, we have these graphical processing units that are slowly replacing the CPUs. They are number crunching machines that can do all kinds of statistics on very large sets of data. Because the moment you have large sets of data, that's nice, you have all the data you need, but that's not sufficient. You need to be able to process that amount of data as well. So computing power is extremely important. Let's see what Oracle does in these areas, in data, models, and processing power. One of the most important things that Oracle contributes with in terms of data is multiple platforms across vendors. You probably know Oracle as the license dragon or the license monster, very proprietary. That is no longer true. Most of the companies, and Oracle included, are moving to open source, basically. That's one thing that you should remember. And but then the differences are removed. So one of the things that Oracle contributes with is full security. For example, that you may not be able to get across a lot of platforms, like the Hadoop platform, the relational databases. All the storage technologies are integrated in Oracle's world, and security is applied to them at the data level and at the access level with API management, etc. etc. It's one of the things that you need if you're going to do proper applications using that amount of data. And the models, they have been there, but one of the things that hasn't been there is the capacity of developing these models and deploying these models. What do I mean by deploying? Deploying artificial intelligence and machine learning code on the server side has not been there, because Python and R are typically desktop languages. That's limited. Desktop has a limited memory and limited storage. But we're talking about all this big data with Hadoop systems and NoSQL systems of all kinds, with document databases, with relational databases, all those technologies integrated and gathering data, lots of data over time. That will not fit the memory of a desktop or the disk of a desktop. So deploying AI/ML has been important and has not been addressed until a few weeks ago. This has been developed by Oracle and open sourced. It's released to the open source community. Now you can actually take your Python or R code and deploy it as a service, basically. That's the other thing. And of course, it requires, naturally, the processing power. The cloud computing environment that Oracle offers for AI/ML is purely GPU based. It's NVIDIA GPU processing power behind it with parallel processing. Wow, that's all good, but still there is a catch here. Handwriting AI or machine learning code is not always a viable way to go. Then you're going to use it for something, right? And it would be much nicer, instead of putting together a car, some people like building their own cars, or motorcycles, or their own houses, but most people don't. So it would be very nice if there was a way of getting this chewed, digested, ready as applications. Yeah, let's just take 2 seconds. I'm going to go through this very fast. just look at what the AI ML market and technologies and platforms are offering, especially in Oracle. This is artificial intelligence, you know this, I'm not going to use much time. Machine learning is actually a sub-area, an area under artificial intelligence, and deep learning is one kind of machine learning. We cover all of those, that's very nice. And many other people cover all of those. You heard about Watson, IBM, Cortana Suite, Microsoft, TensorFlow, which is open sourced by Google, basically. It's not exactly a suite, but it is a tool. Oracle has those tools as well, equivalent. Most of the stuff like tensor, arithmetic and modeling, and all that stuff is in the Oracle cloud. Oracle bought datascience.com not very long time ago, which is Python and R and all kinds of stuff. Oracle has had the advanced analytics algorithms in the database, running inside the database for more than 10 years, etc., etc. All those are tools for building AI algorithms, basically. But then, handwriting code is still not the best way to go. That is one way to go. So what they will do in addition to that is we introduce tools like databases, data warehouses, visualization tools with AI ML built into it, basically. So you have a BI system and there are ready-made algorithms for statistics and machine learning algorithms where you can actually, with a couple of clicks, build a deep learning network and visualize it immediately. That's one thing. But that is still halfway to the truth. What Oracle has been doing lately is looking at adaptive intelligent applications, that's what it is called, that's the name of it, and data as a service. Anonymized and synonymized data collected, Oracle's own data, but also years of data with the concept of our customers collected, and as basis for standard applications like ERP applications, marketing applications, customer experience, CRM applications, etc., etc. This, according to if you read this article, I'm sure that will be put out someplace, you will see that that is exactly what the analysts are talking about today. So what you get is data, decision science, and computing power. Those are the requirements, yes, but the result, the practical result, is actually the applications, the domain applications, the industry applications, with purpose-built, ready-to-go intelligence, simply, into the application. What kind of applications? Well, real-time personalized customer interactions, loyalty systems that go out and see, anticipate who's loyal, under which conditions, and tell you. We used to write the code for that, but that comes now with your marketing system, basically. There are lots of stuff that I really don't want to use time for, but this is a bit important. Today you can actually go and get your ERP, your customer experience CRM applications, your HR applications from Oracle in the cloud with these built in. You don't have to build them themselves. So the intelligence is already built in there, using all those tools that we have been showing. And this is the next step. This is connected audience, being able to talk to your not only customers, but to the whole market, the whole chain, intelligently, etc. All right. This is the kind of things that you would get in standard apps. For example, smart offers and actions. That's typical marketing or customer experience. Or in HCM, you would have less fit candidates, or in infrastructure management, pinpointing or estimating, anticipating the cause of mistake. In business intelligence, dashboards that automatically give you revenue predictions. I don't know how many of you guys are salespeople, but I'm sure at least a few of you have been dealing with creating budgets and estimates. This guy, you would love that, because it looks at the market values, social media, news, and your old sales, and comes up with what you would be selling for how much next year. That is a lot of fun, believe me. I know, because that's one of the things I hate doing myself. And then, of course, self-service machine. But one of the most important things, again, is all this requires a platform, and Oracle offers the platform and these applications cross-platform. What do I mean by cross-platform? It's not only many database technologies like Hadoop and relational databases and key value pairs and document databases, all integrated in the cloud, but it is also consciously built as a multi-vendor cloud solution. So if you have something from Microsoft, you're welcome. We work with them, basically, because we do not think that solutions in the future are going to be like they always be, not from one vendor only. Never. It has never been like that, it probably won't be like that. So we have opened up for standards that we've open sourced, or open standardized, basically, that allows for having different parts of your application in different clouds. One of the things that I wrote to Nick when he said that he wanted me to talk about AI ML in marketing is, well, yes, AI ML in marketing, that's very nice, but only marketing alone, as the kind of marketing applications that we're used to, won't work in AI ML, because artificial intelligence, machine learning is dependent on a whole bunch of other data and ecosystem. If you do not have your marketing application connected to your customer relationship management, CRM application, or your internal finance application, performance application, it will not give you what you need. So marketing, which is a core activity, is dependent on an ecosystem of applications and technologies. So you need not only plan for the marketing application, but for the ecosystem that will work together. Also customer experience, also HR, also most of the other stuff, okay? And we have a number of transformational technologies that we focus on, basically, in addition to this ecosystem that I mentioned, all these standard applications working together and creating and using data together, they create data from their own sites. But there are other technologies you will eventually have to meet and say hello to on the road. And of course, cloud is one of them. You don't see big data, as we mentioned. We call it today big data science, actually, because it is the big data capability that offers us big data science, the data science capabilities. And then, you've heard about this. You have to have some way of sensing, registering the physical world, eventually. In, for example, logistics. In, I don't know, one of the applications that we have just been talking about is actually in Belgium, is trash, intelligent trash cans. Telling when they're filled what they have, so that it can be emptied and reused, basically. So you will have to, at one point, not only look at the marketing application, but the CRM application, etc., plus all this kind of technologies, most likely. It has to be, I mean, you won't be using it immediately, but it has to be, your system has to be open to be able to use that. And of course, machine learning, once you sense the physical world, you have to be reasoning over data. And machine learning is many things. There are at least two categories of machine learning algorithms that you have to be very conscious about. One of them, if you have public customers, and if you're using deep learning networks, you have a problem. Why? Because deep learning networks, unless you do quite a lot with them, will not be able to justify, go back and justify why they took that decision. So you may have to use other kind of intelligences in those cases, because most of the public systems will be open to questioning by the users, and the bureaucracy has to be able to justify the decisions. Then they have to be able to ask the intelligence, why did you decide this, basically. So watch out, there are many ways to machine learning. And of course, the last one is pretty important as well. One of the most secure technologies in terms of contracts, hyperledgers, etc., etc. It is today, Oracle is working with hyperledger standardization, with machine learning built into it as well. Because at one point, that's also going to be attacked. We know that already. And one of the problems with that is that it's not people who attack these systems, it's other systems that attack those systems. So the security has to be automated and intelligent machines. So we need well, of course, yes, you're listening to a marketing pitch, but you need probably to understand and plan into your future, maybe not immediately, all the ecosystem that will give you the data for intelligent marketing. And probably, if you're working with physical things, maybe IoT, if you're working with contracts, maybe hyperledger or blockchain, etc. That's all. Thank you very much. And if you're asking questions, don't forget, think of the regulations and the political side of it. I'm interested. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Naci. That was very, very, very intense presentation. There's a lot to digest there. But basically what he was saying is, okay, back in the day, if you were trying to pick up a girl at the bar, and you didn't, or let's say a girl trying to pick up a guy at the bar, if you didn't know how to analyze their body language, are you saying the right words? Is she reacting to you properly? Is this the right time for you to move on? Well, today we have artificial intelligence running in your specs, which will analyze that facial recognition or your facial or emotion. It will recognize your emotion through your glasses, and it will literally analyze and tell you, okay, this person is reacting to this conversation badly, move to the next person, right? Or it'll say, okay, yeah, you know, I think the person is